Hi learners, welcome to MwalimuPLUS live classes. I am Teacher Bernard and I'm going to take you through Science Grade 4. In the previous lesson, we talked about environment. That environment, we talked about air pollution. So I would want us to review some of the questions that I gave you before we go to the topic of the day. Let us look at the question there. Let's look at the question on the screen. Are we all there? Good. It reads like this. Which one of the following is not an effect of air pollution on living things? Again, which one of the following is not an effect of air pollution on living things? Choice A, it can lead to poor visibility. Choice B, it can lead to heavy harvest. Choice C, it can lead to poor growth of plants. Choice D, it can lead to respiratory diseases. So, back there at home, which choice did you write? Good. The correct one is choice B. It can lead to heavy harvest. That is the one which is not, because you know that air pollution affects the growth of plant. Therefore, there is no way you can harvest heavily. Let us look at the next one. It is like this. The following are ways of reducing air pollution except the following are ways of reducing air pollution except A, by smoking cigarette, B, by cooking using smokeless fuels, C, by disposing the wastes properly, D, by ensuring proper ventilation of our pit latrines. So, again, which answer did you write? Good. The correct answer is by smoking cigarette. I hope you can remember well that we say that if you smoke cigarette, then you will be polluting the environment because the cigarette will produce smoke, which will then pollute the environment. So now, let us go to our topic of the day. Today, we are going to talk about what we call as water pollution. And what is water pollution? I want you to look at the screen there. What are you able to see? Good. From the screen, there is a lake. And if you see that lake, we have a boat there. We have so many things in that water. So that is what we are going to talk about today. Water pollution is making water dirty. So when you are making water dirty, then we say that you are polluting water. Let us look at the next on the screen there. What are you able to see? Again, we have the same picture. We have many substances there. We are going to talk about substances that can pollute water. And those substances are known as water pollutants. Can you name some of them? Some of the substances that you think can pollute water. Good. One of them is garbages, oil, human waste, animal waste, plastics, sticks, and so many more. So there are many substances that can pollute water. So those substances are the ones that we call as water pollutants. Just as you can see the water there, the water in the lake there is full of so many substances, meaning that is a water that has been polluted. Let us look at the next. What are you able to see from the screen there? Correct. From the screen, we have a river, and if you look at that river, it has got clean water. You don't have those water pollutants there. The water pollutants that we have just talked about. If you look at that water, they are not there. I want you to compare it with this one, the next one there. That is a polluted one that we have been talking about. So if you compare that one and the previous one, you will realize that the previous one was clean, while this one has got a lot of substances, meaning it is polluted. So, a polluted water is that water which has been made to be dirty. Let us look at the next thing on the screen. We are going to talk about effects of water pollution on living things. That is how a polluted water can affect the living things. And what are these living things? Good. The living things that we are talking about here are the animals, human beings, and even plants. I want you to look at the screen very keenly. What are you able to see? Very good. From the screen, we have children who are appearing to be sick. Like if you can see very well, there's one there vomiting. So those children are suffering from what we call as waterborne diseases. Where do we get these waterborne diseases? These waterborne diseases are gotten from polluted water that we are talking about. So one of the effects of water pollution of living things is that it can lead to waterborne diseases. Can you name the waterborne diseases that you know? Good. They are, we have cholera, typhoid, bilharzia, and dysentery. So, learners, I think you are now well conversant with that. Let us look at the next effect, the next one. What are you able to see? Good. From the screen, we have a lake. Somebody is there next to the lake. And if you look at that screen very well, you can see some fish floating. And I hope you know that for fish to float, then they must be dead. So one of the effects of water pollution is that they can kill or they can lead to the death of marine animals, those animals that are staying in water. Just like you can see there, when chemical substances are released into water, they can kill the animals that live in water, the ones that we call as the aquatic animals. One of them is fish, and I hope you are able to see. Let us look at the next on the screen. What are you able to see? Very good. From the screen, we can see some oil being spilled into water, oil spillage. And I want you to know that oil spillage can suffocate and kill the animals that are living in water. I hope you know that if you put oil on top of water, then it will form a blanket-like structure on that water, and it will deny all those living things in water the access to oxygen. And once they fail to get oxygen, they will die. Just as you can see there, oil is being spilled on that water. And therefore, that water is polluted and the animals which are there will die. Let us look at the next. We are still going to talk about oil spillage, but I want you to look at those pictures. What are you able to see there? Good. From the screen, we have aquatic birds. So those aquatic birds, we want to talk about them. We want to know how are they affected by oil spillage. So when you spill oil into a water source with those birds, the oil will make the feathers of those birds slippery. And when their feathers become slippery, they will not fly. So that is also another effect of water pollution. Let us look at the next. Still, we are talking about oil spillage. Oil spillage, just as we have said, will prevent the living things. And in this case, we are going to talk about plants. How do those plants look like? Good. They have dried up, meaning they have withered. Why do you think they have withered? Good. It is because they are lacking oxygen. There are plants that are growing on water, but that water has got what we call as oil spillage, and therefore they are denied of oxygen. They cannot grow. That is why they are drying up. Let us go to the next one. What are you able to see there? Okay, we have rain there. We want to talk about how water pollution can also be connected to rainfall. Learners, I want you to know that when you release carbon dioxide or smoke, sulfur dioxide into the atmosphere, then they will stay there in the atmosphere for some time, and in that process, when there is rainfall, you will find that the carbon dioxide and the sulfur dioxide will mix with the rain. So such rain, when it falls, it will be acidic. And that is why sometimes you normally see the roofs of houses rusting. It is because of the acidic rain. And this acidic rain can even kill the plants. Just like you are seeing now that it is raining. It is able to kill the plants because it is not healthy for plant growth. Let us look at the next one there. We are now going to talk about ways of controlling water pollution. How can we control water pollution? I want you to look at that screen. What are you able to see there? Good. From the screen there, we have a sewage, and if you look at it, it is channeled to a water source. That is what we want to talk about, how we can control this water pollution. Let us go to step 1. Are you able to see there? Very good. There we have a pit latrine. So if you look at in that pit latrine, there is a person there. So it means this person is trying to dispose human waste properly. Learners, if you want the water sources to be clean, then you are supposed to involve the use of toilets and pit latrines, just like you are able to see there. That is one of the ways of controlling water pollution. Let us go to the next one there. What are you able to see? Good. We have a sewage line, and if you can see, it is very well connected. It is passing through a process, so it is being treated first before being released. So if you want to control water pollution, then you are supposed to treat the sewage first before you release it into water sources. Let us go to the next one there. What are you able to see? Okay, from there we can see there is a ship, and it is spilling oil. What you need to know here is that the moment you realize that there is a leakage of oil, then you are supposed to clear it as fast as possible before you contaminate that water. Let us go to the next there. What are you seeing? Good. From the screen there we have a soil that has been eroded. So, we said that soil erosion can also pollute water, because when the soil is carried away into a water source, it will make that water to be dirty. Therefore, if you want to prevent water pollution, then you are supposed to protect soil erosion. You can even use terracing. You use good farming methods to prevent that. Let us look at the other one. Okay, what are you able to see there? Good. From there we have an industry, and you can see it is releasing smoke. There is also a sewage line there being released into a water source. So when you want to control this, you are supposed to make sure that there is proper dumping of the industrial waste. You dump them properly. Don't just throw them anywhere into water sources. Let us now look at the activity that I want you to go and do there at home. During your free time, I want you to go and do the following. And question 1 reads like this. The following are ways of polluting water except A. Disposal of raw sewage into rivers. B. Disposal of human waste into water. C. Treating water. D. Releasing industrial waste into water sources. Let us look at the next one there. It reads like this. Which one of the following is an effect of water pollution on living things? A. It may lead to death of aquatic animals. B. It makes plants to grow healthy. C. Human beings grow healthy. D. Oil spillage makes aquatic birds able to fly or swim. Okay, that is marks the end of our lesson today. So go and provide the correct answers for those 2 questions. Bye.